Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom. This week is Parashat Haazinu. So this is the last portion of the Torah. There are 54 portions of the Torah. This is the last one that's read on a Shabbat. V'zot HaBracha, which is the last portion, is read on Simchat Torah. And then we start the cycle again. So this is the last portion on a Shabbat. Haazinu is a song. It's the song sang by Moshe just before his death. And there nearly, of course, seals the Torah. There's a fascinating line actually this week. I remember when I was a student in London, at the London School of Economics, and I would go to Great Portland Street. And one Shabbat in Great Portland Street, the late Rabbi Sachs, the chief rabbi then, of course, Sachs, was there giving a sermon. And he said there's no word for history in Torah. I mean, today in modern Hebrew, we talk about historia, but that's not a biblical word. There's no history in the Torah. What we do have in this week's portion is Yemot Olam, the days of the world. Yemot from Yom, Olam, the world, the days of the world. And we're told, Moshe tells the Bnei Israel, Zechor Yemot Olam, remember the days of the world. Binu Shnot Dor Vador, understand the years of generations. So we're meant to remember. Now, history can be boring. I'm sure some of you either learned it or have children or grandchildren that learned it. We're like, oh, it's a bit boring. One of my kids learned history earlier in their school and time and found it difficult and not difficult, boring. In fact, they really enjoyed history. They liked discussing at the table history, stuff that happened in the past. When history is taught simply as facts, it can be boring for some. But when it's taught as remembering what happened, looking at the cycle of history, looking at things that were done that were mistakes, that were successful, things that were repeated, cycles that repeat, things maybe that weren't repeated, lessons that were learned. If we remember the days, rather than looking at it in an academic sense only, yes, we need to look at facts. We need to look at what happened, but discussing why it happened, how it knits together. That maybe is the Zechor Yemot Olam, because the next verse says, Sha'al avicha v'yagedcha skeinecha v'yomru lach. Ask your parents, and they will tell you, your ancestors, your elders, and they will say to you. So it's not just about ancient history here. It's talking about asking parents, what was it? What happened? Rather than shunning the past and thinking of the past as not good enough, it's worth looking at the past as something that we can factor in to how we make decisions today. Have a great Shabbat, and hopefully see you over Sukkot as well. Bye.